The crazy world of unhinged fan bases. I already know MHA is going to be in here. What else? What else? If you were to guess what's going to be in here, what would you guess? Sonic, Taylor Swift, K-pop. Yeah.
I'm Pickle Rick! What beloved dum-dum! I'm Pickle Rick!
If I've learned anything in my 57 years on this planet, it's to make sure that I never interact with people who share the same interests as me, ever. I started life day one on hard mode, because I was born as a Sonic fan, which as we all know is on the Mount Rushmore of dog shit fan bases. Like many 2000s kids with absent parents, Sonic was literally my entire personality for like a solid third of my entire life. Like, you bet your ass that I used to unironically run with my arms behind my back, so every PE class was a free cringe compilation for the rest of my entire career.
So maybe the anime kids were also just doing the Sonic run, right? Maybe we just didn't know. Would we have bullied them less if we thought they were Sonic kids rather than anime kids? Not me. I wasn't a bully. But I'm just saying, would they have bullied them less? My boy Michael. I'm just saying, man. Maybe we didn't. No, you were wearing the Naruto headband. I'm lying. You knew.
But while I'm used to the Sonic fan base being as collectively depressed and miserable as your average Spider-Man fan, it's not the people that don't like Sonic that you have to worry about here. It's the ones that like him maybe a little too much.
Bro.
Like, you know, the people that pepper spray random GameStop employees and send Sega hostage execution photos of their plushies, or because they made Sonic's arms blue one time. And the fact that
I already know the R34 on Sonic has to be absolutely absurd. The Newgrounds on Sonic has to be absolute absurd. Matter of fact, I remember that video we watched on Nutaku. Remember when they were showing us the list of the top searched porn characters? Sonic was like top 5, wasn't he? He was like top 5. Oh my, yeah, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know why you want to see a hedgehog getting down and nasty like that. But I think you need to calm down.
Literally any name with the Hedgehog and get your own private army of shitty DeviantArt recolors. And as a kid who just wanted to engage in lighthearted discussion about which Sonic character was the biggest baddie in the trenches of Amino, every single time I just wanted to Google, like, I don't know, Amy or Knuckles, I had to mentally censor like half the search results to shield myself from all of the swollen bellies and pregnant toilet fan art. Because Sonic fans are some of the most creative and
That's not real. If I search Amy right now and I see pregnant next to it, I might have mine on like good stuff though, like where I have it blocked. All right, we're good. Maybe they finally fixed it. That's also true though. Safe search. Yeah, I might have safe search. I'm not clicking off safe search. I think I do. I'm not clicking it off.
Talented people on the entire planet, and they use that power to make so much goddamn porn. And after a while, having a fan base this unhinged literally tanked the reputation of the entire series for years, to a point where it took like $1 billion at the box office for it to like now be safe to publicly admit you like Sonic again. But like, this kind of shit makes a genuine impact on how much people want to engage with things. Like, I don't know what the fuck Homestuck is, but like, after all the shit I've heard about its deranged fan base, I don't want to go near this shit.
Yeah.
But you know, it took getting older and venturing outside the confines of the Sonic Google Plus page to realize that maybe it wasn't that bad.
I'll be honest though. I'll be honest. So if I'm the creator of Sonic, I know someone really loves my stuff. Or if I'm the creator of anything, when they start drawing on it like crazy, when they're making their own art about it, when they're dropping Patreons on it, when they're making porn games on it, I'm like, yo, I created a generational banger at this point.
The fetish art of Sonic's toes, Sonic Google. I don't want to go near this. I don't know what the fuck Homestuck is, but like, after all the shit I've heard about its deranged fan base, I don't want to go near this shit. But you know, it took getting older and venturing outside the confines of the Sonic Google Plus pages to realize that maybe it wasn't that bad being exposed to fetish art of Sonic's toes on a daily basis when you've got anime fans who have bi-weekly meetups over which high school student they're more attracted to, or the Star Wars fandom whose scheduled activities include competitive racism and bullying actors off of social media. If you were just going off of like Twitter and YouTube, Star Wars fans would come off as the most perpetually pissed off collection of people on the entire planet. And now, because you got Disney like milking the shit out of the brand and dropping a new Disney Plus show every week, the rest of the internet has to hear on a daily basis about how much these guys hate women and any person of color, and also this guy doing a spin in the Boba Fett show. Which is funny because the creator, George Lucas, has publicly stated many times that he made them as movies for 12-year-olds. I'm not even like making fun of anyone. He like literally said that.
You know, it's hard for people to realize, and I'm not supposed to say this and I wasn't supposed to say it then, but, you know, it's a film for 12-year-olds.
Damn, they crying. Don't say that.
And look, I don't have to sit here and tell you that not everyone is
They're
like
about to
this.
murder somebody.
People in every fan base, okay? You know that. I know that. George probably doesn't know that, but I went to the Revenge of the Sith screening last week and was prepared for a Minecraft movie experience where I'd have to inhale the stench of the one collective shower of the entire audience. But no, it was fine. People were actually super respectful, except for my friend who kept calling General Grievous General Chungus. But when you think of fan bases like these, you're not thinking of the normal people. You're thinking of the person who bathed in a bath full of Sharpie to try and bleach their skin for
dyed herself gray in the bath.
cosplay. Seriously, what the fuck is
It's
Homestuck
never
about?
that
I'm sure
deep.
there's a ton of super creative and passionate Star Wars fans out there somewhere, but I never get to hear from them because they're drowned out by all of these loud-ass hate grift channels that are angry literally all of the time and treat The Last Jedi like it was their Pearl Harbor.
Fuck this movie, eat my ass, and suck every hair off my balls.
Anyway, you can't talk about toxic fandoms without bringing up music fans, which I'm only going to get into really quickly because I just feel like I don't have enough death threats in my Twitter DMs right now.
Dude.
It's really easy to point and laugh at people who have like celebrity.
Don't do it. Don't bring up T Swift in here, man. They will call you a hard R even if you're not black, dude. Be careful. You're on the edge. You're getting pretty close. You're getting pretty close. Taylor was good before the Swifties came around. That's what I think is wrong with fan bases. They be ruining the experience for everyone. MHA fan base did that, right? Like, MHA is a good series. But then you see the fan base and you're like, no, I can't watch this. Like, why did I just see Deku jerking his meat? Like, I don't need to see that. Why is that on a feed? How is this possible? Or like, why are you dressed up in weird cosplay? You're ruining MHA for everyone, right? And now people are going to be like, ew, you watch MHA? Do you watch MHA? Didn't you see what happened on the news the other day? There were 2 MHA kids eating out of the garbage cans and kicking babies and telling them that MHA is their god. Ew, are you that guy? Killing us, man.
The obsession when it's not something you've experienced personally. Like, I'm never gonna understand why people were losing their shit over the Beatles in the 60s, and then again in 2010 with a slightly hotter version of the Beatles. Like, sure, I wish Markiplier was my friend, but you're never gonna catch me waiting like 12 days in line for the privilege of blowing like $1,000 on a ticket to a concert I can't even hear because everyone is screaming the entire goddamn time. But I can't imagine how fucking terrifying it must be being a celebrity with a fan base like this, where you're at constant risk of people yoinking your hair and amassing like an extensive archive of pictures of your toes. But there's 2 things in life that genuinely scare the shit out of me, and that's kidney stones and Taylor Swift. Swifties, or their scientific terms, fucking psychopaths, is a fan base whose activities include perpetually crying and communally drinking the blood of her 27 exes. And like, I like Taylor Swift, okay? Like, it's not my favorite music in the world, but like, I got no beef with her personally, okay? And it's not them like forming a ritualistic summoning circle at the bottom of the cinema at the Eras tour concert that's the problem, okay? Because that shit's funny as hell. It's the fact that they can be as dedicated to draining their life savings on expensive ass merch as they are hunting down anyone that so much as makes a joke about their Lord and Savior. Because when animation YouTuber Meat Canyon made a Taylor Swift video last year,
he
they
got
reacted
fucking...
as any normal people would by sending him actual witch curses on Twitter. Because that's like a completely normal
organs will collapse. Your hair is gonna fall out. What?
Thing to do, which is part of an action. Meat Canyon made a Taylor Swift video last year. They reacted as any normal people would by sending him actual witch curses.
Over the next 3 days, your hair is gonna fall out. Being bald is expected within a few hours. Your teeth will get decayed slowly and start falling out. Your organs will collapse and your heart will get overloaded with blood and explodes, leaving behind nothing but flesh and bones. I'm assuming that's what they're doing behind the camera. Oh my gosh, man.
On Twitter, because that's like a completely normal thing to do, which is part of what they call Tay Voodoo, which is an actual thing, apparently, by the way, where some of her most obsessed fans like to pretend that anyone who wrongs her ends up with like this Taylor Swift-induced karma. It's all a part of like some cosmic plan. Is
that what happened to Kanye? We all thought it was Kim K. Was it the Swifties? All right, this changes the theory. This changes everything.
she's like fucking Palpatine or some shit. So if my mutilated corpse washes up on a beach after this video, it wasn't the Sonic fans that did it, alright? I'm just saying. Here's an article about someone who got sent death threats, was doxxed, and then was accused of being a Minecraft YouTuber after he dared to criticize Taylor's Eras tour like one time, dude. Like, these people scare the shit out of me. I think Taylor Swift fans would actually kill a person. Imagine like mid-concert,
No, they
singled
would.
someone
They would.
out and went like,
100%.
do it. I think they would. I think
Would.
they
Oh
fucking
yeah, for sure. If she singled something out in the crowd and said, "Everyone, we're doing a ritual tonight. Slit her fucking throat." She would get jumped right there and then. She would get jumped right there and then. That would be scary to see, dude. I would say T Swift fans would do that. Playboy Cardi fans, they're sucking. They're biting his neck and sucking its blood. We are vampires. Like certain, they be treating these people like they're gods for some reason. It shows a definite lack of authority in your household.
that guy. And I don't even want to bring up like K-pop fans, okay? I would feel safer in a room with fucking John Wayne Gacy than a 16 to 25-year-old who likes BTS. But honestly, like, these guys are pretty easy to ignore as long as you just avoid mentioning the exalted one. Unlike sports fans, which I've had to put up with against my will for my entire life because I live in Australia and half of every conversation I've ever had is being asked what team I barrack for before they start verbally and physically abusing the nearest TV and or umpire. But again, I don't have a problem with F1 fans.
United! Sorry.
Fans want to drop like most people's quarterly rent to watch cars go around in a circle. If that's what you're into, dude, then hell yeah, okay? I love that. But for some reason, there is a direct connection between how cute and wholesome a show is and how much you should never talk to anyone that watches it. Like The Loud House, a show on Nickelodeon about a kid and his massive family of underage sisters and parents who need to get a hobby. The single longest piece of text in human history
I
is
heard
a
about
16
that.
million word long Loud House fanfic written
Like
by a
what,
30-year-old
bro?
man role-playing his preteen self-insert Loud House OC, which is not even that bad if you saw some of the shit that they make fan art of, which is just one of the many reasons why the Loud House fandom has a reputation for having a higher concentration of predators than the entirety of Epstein Island. Has Been Hotel has only been around for a few years, and its fan
Oh
base is already...
yeah. I don't like what I want to know the secret sauce. I ain't gonna hold you. I need to know the secret sauce to create a cult following, man. Because if I can do that, it's over. How do they do it? What are they feeding you crack? Like, what is happening? What is happening?
He peaked when a YouTuber spent Epstein Island. Has Been Hotel has only been around for a few years, and its fan base has already peaked when a YouTuber spent $50,000 of his own money
I want people drinking up my bath water.
commissioning a 3-minute-long Gooner AMV of his self-insert character being seduced by Charlie. There's a Russian cult based on the mouse from Chip and Dale, okay? Every fan base has that one incident that we just do not talk about. And like, most of these are obscure enough to stay within the fandom they came from, so you just have all this crazy shit going on that you'd like never know about if you're not like a chronically online Tumblr user. Like, bronies have been copying shit for decades for being a larger portion of the My Little Pony fan base than the 6-year-old
no.
girls is meant to be selling toys to. And like, I'm sure most of them are absolutely lovely people, but all it took was one guy to ruin every single trip to Kmart, because now every time I see a jar, you got me acting like that one dude in Akira.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
yeah.
no one's surprised.
That did come from My Little Pony. Did the cum jar came from My Little Pony? Yes, because I think that was the first time I ever saw a meme on it, bruh. Was My Little Pony. The Hello Kitty girls and My Little Pony girls, you guys like overlap, right? Any Hello Kitty girls, My Little Pony girls watching this, you guys overlap. You're pretty close to each other, I assume. No? Maybe? I don't want any smoke with y'all. I don't know. I'm asking a question. Whoa, I'm asking a question. I don't know. Calm down. Damn. You over here yelling at your screen and shit. Nigga, calm down. I don't know.
Surprised that most of these insane ass to your jar, you got me acting like that one dude in Akira. But I'm sure no one's surprised that most of these insane ass fan bases come from the scariest.
You should tweet Taylor Swift makes bad music and see what happens. Nah. I'm alright, dog. I'd rather go to jail and get my cherry popped.
Site on the internet that isn't 4chan, Tumblr. I've never used Tumblr in my entire life, but the impression I've gotten from it over the years is that it's basically like digital Arkham Asylum for violently horny high school girls who will sexualize literally anything in a suit or top hat that looks like it breathes. They made an entire fandom around the Onceler, you know, the guy from the fucking Illumination Lorax movie, who then eventually birthed a phenomenon known as the Tumblr sexy man. Now, as far as I know, the scriptures aren't like specific on what makes one eligible for such a prestigious honor. Like, generally, their only requirements is to either be dripped the fuck out and probably canonically responsible for the deaths of thousands of people. Like Sans, Undertale, Alistair from Has Been Hotel, and Waluigi, apparently. And they held a tournament a few years back to decide the ultimate Tumblr sexy man, with the finals being between Sans Undertale and Reagan from Mob Psycho 100, in a battle so powerful that it definitely wasn't a coincidence that the Queen of England died immediately after later that day. But Tumblr is also the birthplace of a greater threat to humanity than disease or climate change: shippers. People whose sole purpose on this earth is dedicated to arguing over fictional characters banging each other. And I mean, like, I kind of get it, because like half the appeal of shit like Twilight and the Hunger Games.
Fucking Wattpad is just serious to bring up. The Shrek fanfics on Wattpad. I'm not saying I've read them. I'm just saying I've read them. Like,
you know, of course, mine was Katniss and Peter, because that ship name is Penis, and that's hilarious. But you think of a pairing of any fictional characters, and I guarantee you that they have their own army of affection-starved fans. Like, there's a fake My Hero Academia video of Deku kissing Bakugo that has 28 million views, and I live in constant fear that the entirety of Australia is outnumbered by Baku-Deku shippers. And just to clarify, right, shipping on its own is not a problem, okay? I love seeing hot men making
28 million views? That show has no freaky part in it. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how do you watching a show of two people just kind of like arguing, fighting, coming together as friends, and you're like, you know what? All relationships must end with some gay shit. Like, they can't just be that close of friends. It has to be gay. It just has to be. Because if it's not gay, like, what is love? Because I know no other love than intimate sex relationships. I've just never learned. So you know what? Let's just kiss. Sasuke and Naruto, I would have understood a little bit. Like, they did have a scene. It was strange, but they did have a scene. But like, they rarely even talk about love in MHA. Shrek, I understand. I want to see what Donkey's got going on down there, because how is he putting in a fucking dragon? A dragon? A dragon? Don't you want to see, like, I know I'm not the only one, bro. I'm trying to see, like, how did you fit? How big is it? How did you get it in the dragon? I'm kidding.
out with each other shippers. And just to clarify, right, shipping on its own is not a problem, okay? I love seeing hot men making out with each other as much as the next guy, okay? But there are people who are willing to lay down their goddamn lives to verbally fight to the death for their favorite yaoi pairing. Voltron Legendary Defender had its entire reputation hijacked by its insane shipper fan base who spent like more time threatening the lives of the VAs and their families than actually watching the show. There was a time when they made the mistake of letting some of the fans leave their houses for the first time for a visit to the production studio where someone accidentally leaked a bunch of photos of unreleased production material. And then, you know, when the studio asked very nicely for people to take them down because
they said hell no,
a shit ton of legal trouble, their replies were flooded by shippers trying to blackmail them into making their ship canon. I mean, apparently it was mainly like one guy, but I just love the idea that they think the animation team are the people that write the fucking show. There's this urban legend about someone who put like glass into cupcakes and gave it to the crew, and you know, while there's no proof that that actually happened, the fact that so many people think it's true tells you that these guys need to stop talking about fucking sheath and clans and need to start talking to a psychiatrist. But you know what? It could be worse, okay? At least they're not real people, alright? That'd be way too far. Larrys are shipping conspiracy theorists who believe that former One Direction bandmates Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson had or are still having a long-term and secret romantic relationship, says Wikipedia on their actual real-life page about One Direction shippers that's longer than their fucking coverage of both world wars. I grew up during a time when like a solid 80% of the Markiplier fan base was only there to ship him with his actual real-life friend Jacksepticeye. Like, brother, how weird it would be being friends with someone knowing that like a bunch of 13-year-olds
like we can't even just be friends, gang! Friends!
Keep drawing you raw dogging the shit out of each other.
Oh my god.
You think the obvious answer as to why this happened?
Got a little half chub right there.
Because just like the seat behind me when I'm already having the worst flight of my life, kids just find a way to show up everywhere you don't want them to. Because every single day of my life, I'm regularly at risk of being exposed to a minor's opinion online. Because anytime I see a tweet that pisses me off, I don't even have to look to know that it's from someone with a number below 20 in their bio. I remember a while back while I was looking shit up for a video, I accidentally found out that there was a Slender Man fandom on Tumblr. You know, that old ass creepypasta from like 2012 with the pages and PewDiePie and shit, who made up like a whole Slender Man family filled with quirky characters like Trender Man, Splendor Man.
That's kinda
and
cool.
Sexual Offender Man. Who
Never
sold
mind.
character.
Never fucking mind. That's not gonna age well. Don't clip that. Never mind.
Trade is a word that I cannot say on YouTube, as if that's like some quirky, cute thing to make a character out of. It was cooked getting to watch in real time last year as the creator of the amazing Digital Circus realized that they'd cursed the internet with another.
The thing is, as soon as Digital Circus dropped, I was like, yep, people are gonna die for this, just like they did Has Been Hotel. I think it's their ability to cook up lore behind characters and make characters that are very charismatic, that you'll fall in love with them, and then people get a little bit too in love with them, right? You're like, this is too much, right? There's limits. This is too. You have a brother tied to a tree up there moaning. Okay, you have two what look like children with their butts out. Like, are we not gonna talk about this? Like, is this is allowed on the platform even in cartoon form? Can you just press play, Unc? My family watching me with crazy eyes. Sorry, fam. We are watching a pretty deep video about strange fan bases. Saws. How you doing? You start season 4 yet? Yes, I did. Also, there's this kid who's paying me to do his 3D models I engineered. He's giving me $20 to do 2 models that both took me 10. That's so funny, monkeys. We were literally just talking about earlier today how skills pay the bills. And you just gave a real life example. A real life example. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
Uncontrollably horny of the amazing Digital Circus realized that they'd cursed the internet with another uncontrollably horny fan base. I heard a story about like an Undertale fan who put actual needles in cookies that they then gave to a fan artist all because they were drawing a ship they didn't like. That is like actual attempted murder over a fictional game with a talking skeleton who's named after a font. So no, I don't think there's anything wrong with the fact that there's unironically an adult Thomas the Tank Engine fandom, okay? You know, people like to bully Disney adults for having actual joy and whimsy in their lives. And like, if you want to call that cringe, go ahead, okay? But you know what else is cringe? Paying taxes, okay? Being an adult fucking sucks, and if cartoons for 8-year-old children gives you some brief joy in this horrible world, then go for it, king. And I'm not saying I'm any better, okay? I wrote a Transformers and My Little Pony fanfiction once. Batman shouldn't be able to get that info out of me, but I'm telling you anyway.
Tell us.
Like any socially inept 14-year-old, I have literal terabytes of Bionicle fanfiction on my computer that I will be burdened with creating for the remainder of my adult life. My friend and I co-wrote a Dragon Ball Z and Transformers fic that was 17 pages long.
Nice!
Spin-off of then also ongoing separate DBZ and Transformers fics that were about 80 times longer than that. I have a file on my laptop called 5 Nights at Equestria that I'm too afraid to open, okay? I'm taking that one to my grave. We've all been like this at some point, okay? Whether it's typing up a Shadow X Shrek Lemon fanfiction or making FNAF plush toy videos, as long as you're not literally trying to kill people or threaten their lives because 2 men didn't tongue fuck each other in a kid's show, I think what we've learned here today is that at least you're not a sports fan. I'm not going to be checking my DMs for the next few weeks. Good night,
please
chat.
don't. Please don't. That was fire. That was fire.